It's always a little strange to reflect on my previous year, as if I'm trying to tell stories to myself so what happened makes sense. It's the reason why I like stories so much. Even when something doesn't end well, I can say it has taught me something. I'm almost at the end of John Green's The Anthropocene Review, and he's so careful not to do that with his own life, or the stories he's telling from them. Sometimes things don't make sense, and they don't have to in order for us to move on. But I can't seem to accept that. I want a way to make sense of everything that happens in my life. Except I'm just telling stories to make myself feel better. A lot has changed in the past year before I turned 29. I fell in love with my friend. Sometimes I look at him and I flash back to 5 years ago, playing D&D with our friends, taking the bus home together. We never thought any of that would lead us to each other, but it did. And I can't tell you why it happened. Just that I'm grateful that it did. It's easy most of the time with him, even when what we're facing might not be easy, especially not for me. But he's patient, he's kind, and he waits with me. I've decided to quit a cushy job because I wanted to see the ways in which I could untangle my identity from being a writer. I realize now that writing is at the core of what I love, and I don't do enough of it. I run and hide and try not to crumble under my own self-imposed pressure. I wanted to talk about living in the moment, how things pass and are transient, and how memories might lie, but they are how we make sense of the world. But the more I write this, the more I think that the idea that everything is transient, so we hold on tighter to our memories, that isn't really the point of it. I misremember a lot of things. Memory isn't my strong suit. My own sister remembers things from when she was 2, but my memory feels like replaying an old videotape so many times it loses its color and luster, until all I remember is just a feeling. It isn't a bad thing. Your brain can't possibly contain every bit of information it has seen. Of course, I remember the stories I tell myself, the memories I hold on to, the times I repeat what happened to myself over and over to find out why. I can be in the moment and still miss what's important. So I try to look back at what's happened and see what I can do better. At the same time, I have a tendency to want to connect everything with a beautiful ribbon and point out the lessons I've learned. Every year I reflect on how I got here, but I don't realize I'm still in the midst of everything. I will always be on some kind of journey somewhere. I will always be in medias res. I'm just starting to be a little more comfortable with the unknown.